today's video is obviously going to be an introductory video to my latest project. Obviously, Instagram heard about it first, Blondie's Atelier. We're going to go over what it is, where did the inspiration come from, some of the cute little pieces that I'm actually strutting right now, and yeah, we're just gonna answer a few little questions before tomorrow's drop. Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Shirley, better known as Happy Blonde on social media. I am a Party Princess content creator, performance coach, and Party Princess company owner. I am the proud owner of the company Pixie Dusted. I've been on YouTube for 5 years now, and I specialize in all things princess content, especially with the Disney princess lifestyle and vibe. I am so excited to say that I had a special project in the works for a really long time called Blondie's Atelier. The thing is that ever since I was a little girl, basically, my main career path was going to be fashion design. I loved fashion design. I had 1,000 sketchbooks. They even enrolled me in sewing classes, and I was there for about a year, maybe a year and a half, and I absolutely loved it, but I felt like I wanted to do more than just design, you know, like designer pieces to walk down a runway. At least that's what little brain of mine thought. So I kind of just set it off to the side, you know, wanting a lot more. Little did I friggin' know. So fast forward to me wanting a Party Princess company. I was already in the works of doing Pixie Dusted. I knew which 4 characters I wanted to premiere. Jasmine's outfit was kind of constructed by me and my mom, but I still had 3 big dresses that I obviously wanted to give them my own touch and make them look magical and wonderful. I was obviously starting out. I didn't know about Angel Secret or Sundrop Honey. I found out about Cosraya later on. Sorry, I'm at a loss for words this morning. You know, I didn't really know where to look for these gowns, and besides, I wanted them to have like a little special touch that was only mine. So I went to my grandmother's sister. She was kind of like a grand aunt to me. And she sewed Rapunzel, Snow White, and Belle, and they were absolutely wonderful, and I used to help her so much during the process. And you know, I started getting into fashion again, but I kind of didn't let myself to do it. And then fast forward to now me getting way more serious about Pixie Dusted. Kind of like a year and a half ago, I started getting a lot more serious about my company. 2 years ago, I had a horrible breakup. I was in a terrible depression. I had put Pixie Dusted to the side, and Pixie Dusted was what definitely got me out of that depression, and Happy Blonde as well. I started getting so much more into giving the costumes my own twist, you know. I started ordering bases on Amazon that I would then alter to later become the costumes that you see in my company today. For example, Moana, Megra, Alice, all of those costumes have had some sort of alteration, whether that's just a lace difference. Isabella, I basically just bought a base and then I constructed most of the thing. I started getting into fashion, and just kind of everything exploded when I went to Disney World this summer. I had a huge budget. You know, I had saved up for about 2 years for this trip, and I said I'm gonna buy as much princess merch as I can. And I was so disappointed to see that, you know, there are pieces here and there, but they're, you know, they're not as magical and as the pieces that you see in the children's section. And I was looking for those magical princess inspired pieces, and the ones that I did find were either tacky or they were just like a little few sets of princesses. You know, for example, you'd find a beautiful denim jacket collection, which I don't know if you've seen. It has Pocahontas, Cinderella, and I think Jasmine on the back, but you know, what about Rapunzel? What about Sleeping Beauty? You know, the collections are really limited for adults. And I came back so frustrated because I found everything else that I wanted except for that princess merch. And I thought, and I said, why not start my own small shop inspired by the Disney princess fashions and stories and characters, and you know, give everything a little modern twist, make some pieces for character entertainment here and there. And I started working on it, and boom, fast forward to today, Blondie's Atelier is 24 hours or less away from opening up its doors to the public. So the Atelier is going to be kind of like a small boutique. When I was envisioning everything, and when Cherish asked me about how I envisioned my logo, I told her I want a very Parisian style, and she was like, why are you aiming for a Parisian style for a princess inspired boutique? And I told her, if you look up Parisian style, it is defined as a fashion style that is elegant yet simple, and that was kind of the essence that I was going for. And I almost cried when Cherish sent over the logo because it has a little bow on top. Now, if you know me, you know that I'm constantly, you know, putting the bow emoji everywhere or wearing hair bows. I'm actually wearing one right now. It's not part of the collection. I just thought that these colors would fit better. I am constantly wearing hair bows, and there is a much deeper and sentimental value behind that little hair bow, and that is that, you know, ever since I was little, I was wearing them. I loved them. And after I started fashion school, I was in about 7th grade, 6th grade, something like that. No, I was in like 5th or 6th grade because my grandma was still alive. My grandma was also a seamstress, so that added to everything. And I remember that patterns were so difficult for me to understand, to make, to comprehend. So the only thing that I knew to make from the top of my head was hair bows. And I started making a bunch of hair bows. All of my hair bows that I wore to school and all these places were custom made by me. And that made me feel so great because, you know, it was a little princess style that I added to my school uniform, and I even got compliments on them. So hair bows have always been a thing, and I vowed that when I opened up Blondie's Atelier, there would be a hair bow for every single collection, you know, inspired by every single collection. And obviously there is one. I am going to go over the collection pieces that you're going to see for this first launch in a second. But yeah, that's basically the backstory of Blondie's Atelier. So now that we know the backstory, Blondie, what can we expect? How's the sizing? How are the collections gonna be? What is going to be Blondie's Atelier? Because we already know its history. Now we need to know its future. The collection that is going to be opening Blondie's Atelier tomorrow is the Pumpkin collection. I thought I wanted to open up Blondie's Atelier with a Rapunzel-inspired design, but to be honest, I could not wait anymore to put this thing out. And number two, I love fall. Fall is my favorite time of the year, and the princess that I associate the most with fall is actually Cinderella. So I started looking for lots of inspiration for fall, what I kind of wanted the collection to look like. I didn't want it to look too costumey. I wanted it to look, you know, majestic and magical yet simple, and that's basically how every single collection is going to look like, because that is the style's aesthetic. When I started thinking about the pieces, obviously the first one that came to mind was this one, which is the Cinderella Latte one. This is the Cinderella Latte piece. I designed everything myself. It took me a really long time. It has a little sparkle vinyl here, and I love the little pumpkin in the middle. And obviously it says Cinderella Latte Season. This was the first piece that I opened out, and I knew that this was going to be kind of like the statement piece for this collection, because obviously this collection is inspired by Cinderella, even though you have a Snow White piece in the collection as well. The Snow White piece is actually my second favorite. I didn't know I was going to love this piece so much. It says Fairest Pumpkin in the Patch, and it is a bright, bright, bright top. Obviously it has lots of playful colors, and it goes with Snow's aesthetic so perfectly. I fell madly, madly in love with it. The last piece is the 1950 pumpkin patch. It says established 1950 Fairy Godmother's pumpkin patch on it, and it has a little pumpkin that has little sparkles and magic in it, obviously modeled after the fairy godmother. And this piece is a little bit different from the others because of the material that it's made on. The other pieces are made on t-shirts. This piece is on a spandex top. It is stretchier, and there are limited sizes and availability for the spandex tops, but I can actually make the shirt as a t-shirt, obviously as a custom request. So if you want the 1950 pumpkin patch but you don't want it to be a spandex, you want it to be a regular t-shirt, you can definitely order that as well. When I was thinking about the hair bow, I obviously wanted something that screamed Halloween. It's the only thing in the collection that screams Halloween, and this is the little bow. The little fabric on it has Halloween icons like the black cat and the little ghost and the pumpkin, and it is all constructed on top of a satin fabric. I created these hair bows because number one, I love big hair bows, and number two, I feel like they are perfect to wear as a character attendant whenever you are working at a character event. I see character attendants all the time trying to spice up their, their character attendant outfit, because I know in my company I just established aprons, but I know that sometimes we only wear a t-shirt and jeans and we're looking for something, a little magical touch to make the outfit a little bit more fairy tale like, so I thought that these were going to be perfect for that. So when I was thinking about a fifth piece to put forward for the collection, I thought, earrings are so in, and knitting is also so in, and I told my mom I want pumpkin pom-pom earrings, and she looked at me so weird and she was like, I'm gonna need a concept art for it because I do not know what you want. So I gave her the art, and this is what she came up with. I madly love, they're big, but I feel like they're so playful, like they're so playful. So yeah, these are the pieces that are going to be launching tomorrow. I do have a Thankful collection launching probably early November in honor of obviously Thanksgiving, and that collection is going to be steered more towards character entertainers. This collection is steered more for princess lovers, but that collection is going to be a little bit more steered towards character entertainers. That's kind of what you're going to expect. Some pieces are just going to be simply princess inspired in their own style and fashion and aesthetic, and others are going to be steered towards the character entertainment industry, because obviously I am a party princess. And I do have a Christmas collection coming up. I still haven't sat down and fully established what I want for that one. I have lots of concept arts and designs on it, but I still do not know. So that's basically what you're going to expect. That's the thing about the Atelier. Every single collection is modeled or inspired by one or more princesses, because I think that the princesses are fashion icons. Their style and their aesthetic has become so huge, and it has made such an impact on the style community. People Disney bound as them, and every single one of them has a different style. That's why, for example, Snow White's design is a little bit more playful because she is more youthful. Cinderella's piece is a lot more royal and majestic because that's exactly how she is. So you are going to feel like these princesses whenever you do wear these pieces. So I did get a couple questions when I released the pieces over on Instagram for everyone to see. And the first one was sizing. Like I mentioned, they are standard t-shirts, so they run just like a standard t-shirt would. Most of them are Gildan or Hanes. The spandex ones, I do suggest ordering a size up if you do find those available, because like I said, there are limited quantities. I also got the question about, how the drops are gonna be. Like I mentioned, I am going to try to do drops for almost every holiday and maybe one or two pieces in between. But the big drops are going to occur during the holidays, like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's, summertime. You get the gist. Another question that I got was, are they going to be shipped internationally? And the answer is yes. I am going to be offering international shipping. Obviously, the shirts have a retail price. I know that this one is the most expensive one because of the amount of colors that it has. This one is going to retail for $25 plus shipping. Shipping is going to be separate depending on obviously the country where you live. Another question that I got is, at what time is the collection going to go live? And the collection is going to go live tomorrow, October 1st at 12 p.m. EST time. The last question that I got was, what about the guidebooks? Are they still going to be in the shop? And the answer is yes. The Atelier is going to focus mainly on pieces like this, accessories, hair bows, and obviously the Party Princess guidebooks, which I am writing my second guidebook and it is going to be massive. So yeah, I think that's it. I've been so tongue-tied in this video. Like, you guys don't see it because obviously you see the edited result, but I've been sitting here tongue-tied for about 45 minutes. Thing is that I never thought that I would be putting out my own princess-inspired, you know, fashion line, little fashion shop. I always thought that, you know, fashion was going to be a little hobby, and little did I know that I was going to love it so much and mix it with my own job. So, you know, princessing makes me happy, the princess lifestyle makes me happy, and it filled me with so much joy to receive such incredible feedback when I announced this project to the world, because I obviously thought, you know, some people are not going to care. There are a ton of clothing and apparel shops out there, and, you know, people are following me probably because of the Party Princess training or the services that I put out. And this is something completely different, and I genuinely thought that only a few people were going to respond to it in a positive way, and you guys shut me up, and I am so grateful for that, because the amount of people that have already messaged me saying, oh my gosh, I need to order this one when it drops, or oh my gosh, like, I can't decide among all three. It's so rewarding. It's honestly so rewarding, and I feel so grateful that I get to fulfill yet another princess dream with a Happy Blonde family. It has been such a wonderful ride to, first of all, open my Party Princess company, and then become a performer coach and meet so many royals from around the world that, you know, they perform with my teachings as a base. Every single time that someone tells me, oh, your Party Princess training guidebook is like our company Bible, I feel like I'm about to cry. And, you know, now putting this little shop out into the world is so wonderful. You know, little me would be so proud, because little me wanted to be a fashion designer, and, you know, we're somewhat there, and little me wanted to also do great things in life, and, you know, I am making her happy, and little me also wanted to be a princess. So little me is crying right now. Anywho, I truly hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you are an Academy member, I did forget to say this, you do receive a special discount, obviously, with your membership. So check those emails for that very special discount that you are going to receive, because it does apply to Blondie's Atelier, obviously. And yeah, thank you so much again for all the amazing feedback and comments and support and love. I cannot express that enough. Happy Blonde signing off, and I will see you all in the next one, and enjoy the drop. Bye!